Welcome everybody, it's Unstoppable Stoletzi, and I got for you today another Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition caster game to do. So this one is another 1 versus 1 Supremacy. So it's actually going to be a Haud mirror, right? We got Hauds up here, we got Hauds down here, we got lots of Hauds everywhere. So before we see Haud Civil War, let's check the map out real quick to see any big things that are going to make a difference here. So the thing with this map is you got the river that goes right down the middle here, and then of course you got the little crossings that go across the river on foot. You got a trade route that sneaks through like a little snake on both sides here, like this little structure. So basically I think on this map, every time I've done it on both Legacy and DE, the biggest thing is controlling your side of the river first. Again, the hunts in your vicinity and not getting raided too much, and then you can sort of move on to the other bank and then make your way over to your enemy. You know, you have to play it safely here because the hunts aren't always that close to you, so especially with the Native American civ, the Hauds, you really need to make sure you keep those hunts well protected with a war hut or something so you don't get completely wiped out at the start. So let's start. Okay, so yeah, let's start. Hauds. What can we say about Hauds? We don't see a lot of Hauds on these caster games, so I guess I should explain them a little bit, I guess, for people that haven't used them before. So the Hauds, you know, they're part of the Native American culture. That means they got a lot of unique features that the European civs don't have. Namely, they got the community plaza, which they can put villagers on to boost stuff up with. In particular, the Hauds have a lot of things called Travaurs, which are these nice little wagons that they can turn into any building. As you saw at the start here, this Haud turned the Travaur into a longhouse. It's a Haud's house that basically has additional population than a regular house, but it does cost slightly more. 125 for about 15 population. That's not bad, you know, that's not a bad price at all, honestly. And we're going to have to check out between the both of them what sorts of logistical builds they go with here. Now, one thing I find interesting is one has decided to put their community plaza in center map here. That would be Esteban's Hauds. This is something I actually experienced during the Wars of Liberty League from GNP. The idea of putting your community plaza or fire pit towards your enemy is so you can spam out the emergency unit archers at them as part of your normal army. Yeah. See, one of the many dances, well, I think they're called dances D as well, that you can do from the community plaza is spam out emergency units to protect the area, which you would normally use at your base as a replacement to something like Minutemen that the Europeans get, right? Big difference is, obviously, the thing with the Minutemen and the European TC, it's a one-time use. But the community plaza dance for the emergency archers, you can use all the time, right? It just doesn't end. As long as you have the pop to keep fielding them, to keep spamming out, they will keep coming out. And the thing, too, you have to keep in mind for the dances is from the community plaza, the more villagers you have on the plaza participating, the quicker that spawn is going to be. And the more efficient any of the dances are going to be. You basically need more vills there to have it be more effective. And in general, you can have up to 25 vills working on there, so a good chunk of your villager numbers. Right now, they've got the simple experience dance going. It grants you experience points per second, so it's basically the same thing as an experience point trickle, really. Now let's check the decks out, because I'm wondering if there's going to be any significant differences in philosophy here. So it looks like this Haud here, the which one would that be? The Esteban one? Disastrous fowl. What are they talking about? The Rias? Those Latin American birds that they're eating? Oh no, Town Destroyer. So this is the same thing as the GMP build. Oh, you know what this card does? It gives the Explorer 1400% increased siege attack.
Okay.
To the point that its siege against buildings is like 200 and something. That is really, really scary to think about, because you know what that means? If you got any house or barracks which you're constructing when he happens to be in the area, he will shut that thing down instantly. Yeah, and see, this is what I was telling you about. Look at this dance right here. Look at these archers, these emergency warriors. These, basically the same thing as Minutemen. They lose hit points over time, but you can basically just keep spamming them out as a pressure unit. And then when you combine that with the Town Destroyer, you can have this war chief focus on the sieging stuff while these emergency archers provide a bit of a distraction. You know, that's what they do, basically. Now, the problem is, once these archers get this deep towards the town center, they can literally be sniped by the explorer in one shot. You know, so it's a bit of a challenge, honestly. Also, another thing you should keep in mind, whenever you convert treasure guardians with an explorer, note that your explorer can actually instantly kill them using the kill treasure guardian ability, since they have that treasure guardian tag on them, that guardian tag. So yeah, even though they belong to a player, they can still be targeted by things that can target the guardian tag, like that kill treasure guardian ability that the explorers got. Oh, look at that torch! It just killed the war hut instantly. This is why Town Destroyer is such a brutal card. It literally wrecks entire builds, because all you have to do is have that war chief there, throw one torch, and often he could take down a building in one strike. And see, as he tries to eat up this longhouse now, look at it's like going, what's the siege exactly? It's about 232? That means it can literally take down the longhouse like this in only about 8 or 9 strikes, really. All by itself. Not without any help, you know, all by itself it can do that. Yep, war hut is down. Or longhouse is down, now the war huts can't do anything. Well, he was able to queue up a couple of bowmen for some of the Anna archers. So the Anna archers, for the Hauds, the biggest thing you're going to notice, they only cost food. You rarely find units in AoE 3 that only cost 1 resource, unless they're like mercenaries or something. The Anna, or whatever it's called, bowman, is one of the rare exceptions to that. You know, it only costs food. So if you're out of wood, you're out of coin, just spam a lot of these archers if you have the food to do so, and that's going to work out really good. As with other archers, they got a really good rate of fire, and of course multipliers against heavy infantry and light cav. So, pretty good range unit to make is the Hauds, especially at the start of the game. And it looks like these Hauds are going to be forced to use their big button emergency technology to get some tomahawks. They're also going to ship in some Kanya horsemen. Kanya horsemen are simply just an hussar equivalent for the Hauds, only they cost wood and food instead of food and coin. They also get a bit of a multiplier against artillery as well, which makes them a little bit stronger against cannons. And what are big button technologies? Well, normally in the UI, for Native Americans, you get these technologies that take up like this big rectangular area that I'm drawing now with my cursor, and it has a significant effect, right? In the case of town centers, you know, they get big button technologies that sends like a group of units as like an emergency, right? For the Hauds, that would mean sending a number of tomahawks. And the thing is, as you age up, you get to unlock additional variants of that for the town center. So in total, you can send that like emergency group of an ever-increasing group of tomahawks like 3 times, you know. Once in age 2, I think another in age 3, and another in age 4. And after that, you can't do it anymore. But for the other buildings, like the war hut, the longhouse, their big button technology you only use 1 time. Right, and it's usually something to do with either upgrading a unit, something to deliver a group of crates to your town center over the course of the game. Right, because if you send it later, typically, you know, you get like 30 crates versus 10. You have to pay attention to basically what the effect is, depending on the sig. What we have here, though, is a tomahawk and bowman fight between both players. And we see here that the, is there any Kanya horsemen left? Looks like they got wiped out here. So basically now this group of defending tomahawks and Aena is going to have to go for the red ones very quickly. and take care of this community plaza. Because, see, the thing is, in this situation, the thing that's going to give you a lot of problems is this community plaza constantly bringing the explorer back, as well as producing the emergency archers, which we see right now. See this here, spawns a new warrior every 12 sections, subject to population limits. So yeah, these are the emergency archers. And the fact that the community plaza is this close to the fight means those archers are a lot more valuable since they're operating at full health when they're coming out. You know, they're not at like 1 health taking 1 shot. You actually have to consider them when you're combating. Oh, yep, here comes another ship in the Anna Bowman. And they're going to be targeting mostly on the Tomahawks since they're heavy infantry meant to be used against Cav. Think of Tomahawks as like musketeers, but they cost food and wood instead of food and coin. You know, similar to the difference between Kanya horsemen and hussars. So you'll notice that with a lot of the Hauds units. You know, they cost food and wood instead of the usual food and coin, but they satisfy somewhat similar roles. You know. So now we got some Ahab Bone trying to defend this war hut. The war hut, of course, is going to provide some support since war huts do fire arrows, which basically does damage to any units attacking them. Think of like the blockhouse, you know, that the Russians get. War huts are basically just Native American blockhouses, except instead of cannonballs, they're just firing arrows, you know. Satisfies the role of the outposts and the barracks. I think at this point it's safe to say that the blue Hauds have successfully liberated this side of the river. Yeah, I think so at this point. Yep, see these archers basically starting to retreat now. Oh yeah, look at that. Completely decimated. Completely decimated. Yeah, I'm just checking, Oh yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that the offense that the Blue Hauds had to deal with has now been taken care of. And they themselves can start to pressure them in their base. You know, these archers basically shooting at one of the villagers, working on the tribal marketplace. Tribal marketplaces, they're just these weird fancy schmancy buildings that the Native Americans used to gather coin from. You know, see... Instead of gathering directly from the mine, the villagers will build a tribal marketplace and they'll gather from that, and basically the tribal marketplace will get its coin from this. So the more you gather from this, the more you take from this, basically. Right. So yeah, it's a weird feature and I don't really know what it's supposed to accomplish gameplay-wise, but at least it provides another way to get another big bun technology as well. Yeah, definitely. I kind of find it funny now how the Blue Hauds are the ones doing the offense now, even though they're the ones that had to literally do a Town Destroyer. Does the Blue Hauds have Town Destroyer? That's a question. Do they? They don't have Town Destroyers, so they're playing fair. They're not playing dirty. But they do, I guess, because they're more conservative, with conservative tactics. Basically a combat card that improves all their infantry units. And then they got War Hut Warrior Attack, War Hut Warrior Hit Points. So really, from the looks of it, this deck for the Blue Hauds is looking really strong on Tomahawk and Anna Bowman usage. Also shipments for mantlets, a bit of combat for the siege units. Shipments of cuirassiers as well. Yeah, cuirassier shipments for Hauds, that can actually make a big difference sometimes because of their splash attack. You know, they're one of the few civs that gets to enjoy that nasty splash unit. Yeah, definitely. I also like how the Blue Hauds have also started to take the trade route as well. You know, solidifying their place on the map. That's going to work out really good for them. Archers by themselves and one Tama. I don't know, because looking right there, Kanya Horseman, that's going to be a bit of a serious threat. So yeah, run away while you still can. You know, I think you did enough damage for now. Just focus on building up a little bit, and I think you'll be able to finish them off. You could hit this villager here on the way back, though. That could be good. Oh yeah, look at this scouting Kanya group getting intercepted by the tomahawks, though. That's what you don't want. I think the Warheads is going to take one of those out. Oh, yep, it took one of them out. Yeah, you gotta love that, because remember, defensive structures with range attack do usually have multipliers against cap. At least a little bit, like 1.5. Certainly considerable. Yeah. It does look like, too, at least this side of the trade route's going to be easily defendable for the blue HUD, since they do have a presence here. Might want to put a war HUD or something down here to defend this trade route here. Or this side of the trade route. Oh no, look at this. Oh no. Nope. Get over there. Get over there. You're gonna take some losses, but at least you won't lose everything. Get over there. Yeah. No. Oh, yep, they're going for the wood choppers. They're probably gonna retreat now. Yeah. Take their they got some gains out of that though, yeah. Always gotta be careful on this map with the spaced out hunts, man. Just like I said at the start. Or that happens. You get Hussard, you get Kanya Horseman, you get raided. It's not fun. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But what is fortunate is the fact that you control so much of the trade route that you can actually start to work on the stagecoach technology, basically, of the traveling merchant. So now you can collect actual resources from this trade route now. All they need to do is just build onto this trading post, and the blue HUDs will be in really good shape. Finally taking out that struggling hunting villager there. And they're going to try to hunt over there now. Hopefully a lot less raiding, I would say. How about the opposing HUDs? How are they doing? So it looks like in general, like Ville-wise, they got about 27 on the field currently, with 2 more queuing in. As for the blue HUDs, they got 26 on the field with 1 queuing in. 2 queuing in, so I think the red HUDs are still slightly ahead in villager numbers, and they're also starting to get exotic hardwoods, which will make the chopping easier. Yeah, you don't always see exotic hardwoods in a 1v1, but for the Native American Cids, which use a lot of wood usually, something like exotic hardwoods can actually be pretty useful to keeping your eco up. Likewise, hunting cards like Furrier here was already sent to keep the hunting and the berry gathering up, because, at least from what I've seen, the farm gather rate for Native Americans is not that great, honestly. Mainly because they don't get a lot of upgrade cards, you know, they don't get refrigeration, they don't usually get sustainable agriculture. I think the Hauds get sustainable agriculture, but they don't get refrigeration. They definitely don't get economic theory either. In terms of plantation upgrades or estate upgrades, I think they only get rum distilleries, so they don't get royal mint, they don't get cigar roll or textile mill. So Native Americans can actually run real behind on agricultural economies. So anything to do with hunts or chopping or mining, that's the way to go with them usually in a competitive 1v1. This, by the way, is fur dressing. That's simply an upgrade for the tribal marketplace to improve the gather rate from them. Kind of the same thing as placer mines for Cids that can actually mine. Just so you're aware of that. What do you do now is red HUDs though. Probably you just hang out in your base, try to gradually turtle your way back in. They are going to do some farming, it looks like, since, you know, they don't have any hunt opportunities anymore, so they're taking the back pedal on the food economy. They will get this farm here to get Great Feast, aka Thanksgiving, so that their farm will work a little bit better now. And eventually they can try to push out a little bit, maybe cause some pressure. Can they get over? Yeah, they could cross into here and cause some trouble back here. They could sneak around this way. Yeah. You gotta be creative. Yeah, they're gonna do that, it looks like. So, are they gonna get these Yep, they're gonna get these villies. They're gonna take these villies out. Oh yeah, get this one though. This one, you missing one, yep. Ah, yes, they denied that trading post. Great. That's really good. That's going to help out. Yeah, well, they're going to take it down, though, and that's even worse, because now they're going to lose 200 wood. What's that? Oh, that's the Mapuche Range Cavalry from the Mapuche settlement. Ah, yes. Good taking one out. Are they even going to finish this? Well, they can get with the next group that Cabot comes out. Oh no, though. Now they have to be careful with the Mapuche Bullas Riders. Oh yeah, these things. I remember using these things in Wars of Liberty. They're called the Winter Two-Phase. Yeah, these guys are pretty strong, you know. They do a lot of damage with those bullets that they throw. Really tough unit. So let's see if these Kanya horsemen can do a lot of damage while the Mapuche cavalry chase them down. Oh, yep, remember he's got Town Destroyer, so yeah, he's going to take down that train post. Kanya horsemen can move up here. You can get this war chief back to this area. Probably take this one out. Do whatever you can, really, to cause problems. Why aren't you retreating him, though? Probably... I guess he's surrounded a bit there, so I guess there's a reason for that. Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? What am I missing? Infantry raid in the base? Yeah, looks like it. A little bit of one. But it looks like they have their own archers and Kanya horsemen there to intercept that. Oh boy, that was a quick one. Villagers can come out safely now and continue with the wood chopping. Oh yeah, attacking the tribal marketplace. Well, the thing is, tribal marketplaces are actually free. You don't even have to pay resources to build them, which is pretty neat, you know. Pretty useful. And also, another cool fact, when the mine is done, when it loses all its coin, the tribal marketplace will also be destroyed. You know, it'll destroy itself. It'll self-destruct. Now, it doesn't blow up or anything, it just disappears, you know, because the building no longer has a use anymore once the mine that it belongs to is basically gone. Three archers. So, how are the resources doing between these two now? So this one has about 1.3k, 1,300 food right now and about almost 2,000 wood. So they got quite a bit of resources going. How about the other one though? Other one, coin and food mostly, but not a lot of wood. So what they can actually do is they can start to go to Fortress Age now. Get some of the Forest Prowlers, which are the native skirmishers of the Hauds, which has a lot more damage output than the Anna Bowman, and they can go stealthy too. So yeah, that's usually the preferred option. And I think what's the range on the Annas? So yeah, the Force Prowlers have 20 range, so they actually outrange the archers as well. Now the thing is, keep in mind these Annas are not like the crossbowmen of the Europeans did, so you can get them to Imperial upgrades if you want to, so yeah. Keep in mind that you have multiple skirmish unit options as the Hauds when you're playing as them. Same thing with the Lakota as well. They get the C-10 Bowman as their archer, and then they can go with the Wakina rifle all the way into Imperial Age, so they get options, you know. You're not tied to one or the other, really. It's all whatever makes sense at the time. So, for the Blue Hauds, they're going to be aging up with the Chief, which is going to grant them crates of wood. Yeah, wood that they can put into a siege workshop, I can imagine, aka an artillery foundry, where they can make mantlets, battering rams, or the light cannons. And what is the RSI going to do in response to all this? So yeah, they're going to just be queuing up Kanya horsemen, it looks like. What else do they got militarily, though? They just have, like, one other horseman. Bunch of archers, it looks like 12 archers. So yeah, I feel like at this point, once the Forest Prowlers come out from the blue side, I think it's going to be GG. And then they can also make Musket Riders as well, which is the Hauds Dragoon unit to, you know, take out Cavalry, take out Artillery. So yeah, definitely something to consider there. So what's going on here? When are these Mapuche Cav and the archers going to go for the attack? Oh, they're going to do their own community plaza there too. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Revenge. The revenge of the community plaza has happened. Now they're going to have to deal with a bunch of 1 HP archers getting spammed down. Well, you don't have to have it on the march mode. Another thing you can do too with the community plaza is there's a dance that increases the attack points of your units while it's active. So you can actually increase the damage output that things like these Mapuche Cav and these archers can do. And another... Oh wow, look at this, another Cav fight. Unfortunately running right into the anti-Cav of the boy riders. What I was going to say was there's another good dance that the Hauds got from the community plaza that basically increases population, like total population available. So let's say you got enough longhouses going to basically age up, right? Or what I was trying to say basically is if you have 200 population to get your full military, right? 99 bills, 101 military population, right? By using the community plaza and having 25 dancers there with the Hauds, you can basically have those villagers count themselves out population-wise, cancel themselves out while they're dancing, so that you can train an additional 25 military population while those villagers are on the community plaza doing the dance. And then when you want to, you can take the vills off, have them keep working, and have just a naturally larger army active, you know, doing stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways to do it, you know. And I think in general, with the community plaza, you're supposed to be constantly, like, being active with it. Like, you're really supposed to be switching between attack, XP trickle, training time, aka the fertility dance, like all the time, so you're making the most out of it. See, this here is going to be pretty deadly. What we see here is, if we go back to the blue Hauds, they got all 16. They got how many vills on there? About 15 villagers. So all but 10. They're going to add even more to it. They're going for the attack dance, which means look at the increase of attack of these archers. They've gone up to 22 attack. Is that right? And they can add even more to it. Now their attack's going to probably go up eventually to like 23. 23 attack. Pretty good. You know, pretty good difference. And if we look at, say, the Tomahawks, 36 range attack when they're all on the community plaza like that. They're missing one more Villy, they could put them on. These Mapuche Cavalry, you can see their stats going up a little bit, their attack. Also the Ironwood Clubmen too. Yep, look at that stats. 41 melee attack, pretty good with splash. Quite a bit of damage. Oh, got last for hurrah here from the Red Kanya Horsemen though, going for the wall structure. Yeah, I don't know about that, you know? I mean, I feel like you're going to take a strike at that Cav, but other than that, yeah, get your torches in. Get your torches in. So I don't know what the Red Hauds can do at this point, because they're, well, they aren't outaged, so they can actually get their shipments going of their, they don't have any force power shipments. Which one is this? Is this the blue Hauds or... Yeah, the red Hauds, they have Mantlet shipment, the Cuirassier shipments, they get the Musket Riders. Yep, Force Prowlers here. So yeah, they got enough unit shipments to get themselves by, but they have to do it very carefully though. And thankfully, no. Which Hauds is this? Wait a second, this is the blue Hauds. What are the red Hauds got? So the red Hauds, they got the Huron Mantlets, they got the Oneida support, so they got a whole different set of stuff going on. Yeah, in general, I think this is a GG. Looks like the blue Hauds have successfully landed a complete assault here, and they're going to effectively defeat their opponents. A little bit of last hurrah for the red Hauds. I think they're going to probably get some, what are these? Musket Riders and a bowman. So these dragoons of the Hauds are going to build a bit of a defense against their cav. But do they have any cav is the question. So I don't see any hand cav from the blue Hauds. Oh, well, except for these Cuirassiers and their insane splash, though. Yeah, definitely. And looks like it's a done deal. See those splash cav get to work. Infantry getting melted. Their HP. Cuirassiers pushing in deeper and deeper. Chazi, I'll attack. Yep, there you go. Completely destroyed. Yeah, that was definitely something. Now, I thought at the start of the match, you know, Red Hauds were going to win based on their usage of the Town Destroyer, and they were going to just keep Blue Hauds from constructing anything. But just like in the Ottoman match I did last, basically the blue player, the Blue Hauds, basically made it look like they were weak, and then they came out with all this sort of stuff between the big button, the shipments, the training, and they were able to pull an instant defense and quickly turn the tables real quick on their opponent. And that's why I think they were able to pull this off in the end, to the point that, yeah, now they can actually get these stronger units like the Force Prowlers going, and the Musket Riders, and the Cuirassiers, because they basically were able to play this mind game with their opponent to make them think that they had a way to go full offense with the Community Plaza and the Town Destroyer ship. But in reality, they were just hiding their resources in their base, so that once they were deep in there and couldn't retreat, then you pull out the big bun unit shipment as well as the war hut queue that you had going, so that way you can micro your way out of it. And to me, that felt like that was a pretty good tricky tactic to do. So yeah, definitely. Good game on both sides though, you know. Definitely the Town Destroyer and forward Community Plaza strategy is viable. And if your opponent isn't ready for it, it will really hurt them really badly, you know. It's not even a joke about that. So yeah, definitely. Yep, GG. Post game, let's look at that. Yep, you can see here towards the end, of course, the Blue Hauds clearly were getting more resources because they had wider variety of hunts and mines to get, as they were taking land away from the Red Hauds, especially taking their side of the river as well, militarily. Oh yeah, big difference. Look at all the kills that the Blue Army was able to get just because they were able to get those larger numbers going in there, combined with the raises. So yeah, just a good sign of making sure you're only attacking when you have to, in a way that confuses your opponent to win, right? Simple as that. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that match. I definitely enjoyed that one, I don't see a lot of Hauds, but this was certainly a good one, so hopefully you like this one. If we get any more, I'll certainly cast them too. So, see you on the next one. Sign off now. GG.